Hey there folks, Sparrows here, and today we're tackling the one Herculean task GameFreak has struggled with since Generation 1, making ice types viable. Historically, ice type moves are unmatched offensively, but better used by non-ice types, because ice types lack the structural integrity to switch in and out reliably. Generation 7, however, did introduce a great way to buff ice types, by giving them powerful and exclusive moves. And while Aurora Veil is a great start, it's my job on Attack Alchemy to take things to the next level. So grab a coat and leave a like, because we're sculpting 5 ice type moves the Pokemon series desperately needs. Move number 1, Skid Out. As I mentioned, Ice is probably one of the most threatening offensive typings. A safe switch into an Ice Sweeper is bound to force your opponent to pivot into one of their walls. The move Skid Out is Ice's answer to these fleeing targets, and is sure to give icy glass cannons a distinction from their warmer counterparts. Skid Out is an Ice-type pursuit, where the user skates up to the target and sends the fleeing foe into a wild spin out. This physical move has a base 40 damage, but doubles to base 80 on targets getting switched out. It has a base accuracy of 100 and 10 PP. Skid Out is going to be distributed to Alolan Sandslash, Delibird, Weavile, Berarctic, Glalie, Frostlass, Abomasnow, Glaceon, Cryogonal, and Basculin. Move number 2, Aurora Burst. While Skid Out came to me almost as a second nature, figuring out a good angle for a special move proved difficult. Ice Beam, Blizzard, and Icy Wind all pretty much cover every base you'd want a special move to hit. So I decided to upgrade the weaker Aurora Beam into a proper Ice-type nuke. Like with Aurora Beam, Aurora Burst is a multicolored laser of ice that doesn't quite live up to Ice Beam, that is unless it's used in combination with Aurora Veil. When using Aurora Burst, the user unleashes a spectacular wave of lights that chills the atmosphere around its target. When used while Aurora Veil is active, this power is doubled, but removes the Aurora Veil. This special move has a base power of 80, 10 points less than Ice Beam, but when used behind Aurora Veil, it doubles to 160, 50 points more than Blizzard. Yikes. Aurora Burst comes with 10 PP and a base accuracy of 100%. I will be distributing Aurora Burst to Dugong, Jinx, Lapras, Articuno, Suicune, Walrein, Glaceon, Cryogonal, Aurorus, Necrozma, Alola Ninetales, and Vanillix. Move number 3, Hibernate. With our first 2 moves bolstering the Ice type's arsenal, our final 3 will be expanding their utility box. Starting with Hibernate, the perfect move for boosting defense. Unlike most moves created today, Hibernate isn't nearly exclusive to Ice types, but they do benefit more from the move than other types. Think of Hibernate as an Ice-type rest, only instead of putting the user to sleep, it instantly freezes them, and instead of a full recovery, it increases their defense by 1 stage and heals half of their health, unless there's a hailstorm, in which case it's a massive 3/4 recovery. Being as Ice types are immune to freeze, Hibernate makes for a great move that provides setup and recovery. Hibernate might sound like a bum move for non-ice types, but Rest has Sleep Talk, and Hibernate will pair well with another move we're creating on the next Attack Alchemy. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the 5 fire moves Pokemon needs to add. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. Let's focus on the move at hand. Hibernate has a PP of 5, maxing out at 8 to prevent stall abuse. When used as a Z move, Hibernate summons a Hailstorm, activating prior to hibernation, thus giving the user a 75% heal guaranteed. The Pokemon that can take advantage of hibernation include Sandslash, Dugong, Lapras, Articuno, Empoleon, Glaceon, Swoobat, Berarctic, Avalugg, Crabominal, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Ursaring, Dunsparce, Spinda, Walrein, Bibarel, Skuntank, Mamoswine, Chestnut, Pangoro, and Beware. Move number 4, Frosting. That's frosting as in a light layer of accumulated ice, not frosting as in cupcake paint. Although maybe we do distribute it to Slurpuff for those sweet, sweet memes. Frosting is a utility move that interacts with entry hazards, making them even more cumbersome and annoying for your opponents to deal with, by coating all active entry hazards in a chilling layer of ice. This layer of ice reduces the speed of Pokemon that are switched in by 1 stage, essentially modifying all entry hazards into a damage-dealing version of sticky webs. This frosted layer can be removed, however, by either side using a fire-type attack or activating Sunny Day. Frosting has a PP of 20 and fails if no entry hazards are active. Additionally, when used with Icium Z, it raises the user's defense by 2 stages. This chilling utility move is intended to be a gimmicky alternative to sticky webs, and also pairs nicely with Stealth Rocks to slow down flying and levitating Pokemon. And before you ask, No, frosting does not stack with each layer of hazards, so you can't cheese a -6 speed drop on your opponent. That said, frosting does stack with sticky webs, so you can get away with a -2 speed drop, which is more than enough to shift the momentum of a battle. The Pokemon that can frost the battlefield include Dugong, Articuno, Abomasnow, Castform, Regice, Vanillux, Glaceon, Cargonal, Avalugg, Aurorus, Walrein, Glalie, Frostlass, Slurpuff, and Alolan Ninetales. Move number 5, Frostbind. Okay, so things are about to get real broken, real fast. Buckle up. As far as utility moves go, we have moves that reliably cause paralyzation, sleep, and burn conditions, but none that guarantee a freeze. Obviously, this is because freeze can instantaneously remove a Pokemon from a match and quickly turn a battle into a one-sided beatdown. Yet still, wouldn't it be cool to have a move that could guarantee a freeze? Frostbind is that unholy move. Well, semi-unholy. I do try to keep things as balanced as possible on Attack Alchemy, and making a non-game-breaking freeze move was a challenge, but I think I figured it out. Frostbind uses Destiny Bond as a template, and freezes any Pokemon that KOs the user within the turn it is activated. Like Gen 7 Destiny Bond, Frostbind can't be spammed in a row, meaning you'll have to take your opponent off guard to secure a freeze. While on the surface, Frostbind might actually seem weaker to Destiny Bond, in practice it can be far deadlier, because it turns the opposing Mon into setup fodder and guarantees a safe swap into one of your sweepers. This is pseudo-balanced by Freeze's natural 50% chance to thaw, which could free an opponent as quickly as you froze them. This makes Frostbind quite the gamble, and I could see Smogon quick banning it competitively. Still, Frostbind is exactly the type of move that I'd love to see in game, especially if it is used by an Elite Four member or an evil team leader. Conceptually, a Pokemon that uses Frostbind weakens their internal crystalline structure, leaving a chilling liquid or mist when hit by a knockout blow. This mist or liquid then restructures itself around their assailant, effectively freezing them to the core. Frostbind has a PP of 5 to limit spam, and when used as a Z move, it lowers the user's defense and special defense by 1 stage each, helping to secure the freeze. This deadly tool will be given to Jinx, Articuno, Abomasnow, Glalie, Frostlass, Regice, Glaceon, Bearartic, Cargonal, Kyurem, Avalugg, Crabominal, Lapras, Vanillux, and Alolan Sandslash. And those are my top 5 ice moves Pokemon needs to add. In the comments, let me know what you think of my moves and what sort of ice moves you'd create for Pokemon yourself. My name is Sparrows. Be sure to subscribe for more Attack Alchemy, and until next time, take care.